Hey guys, today I'm going over the 8 Day 2 matches from the PDC World Darts Championship. There's going to be 4 matches in the afternoon session and 4 matches in the evening session. Each session contains 3 round 1 matches and then a round 2 match. These 8 matches are first to 3 sets. Each set is first to 3 legs. Alright, first up we have Alan Suter versus Mau Cumming. Alan Suter qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit, and Mau Cumming through the Darts Player Australia Oceanic Masters. He won that tournament. They never played each other. Best Suter's ever done is the last 16 last year in 2022. And this is Mau Cumming's debut to the World Championships. Let's take a look at the stats. Alan Suter has 10-point overall average on him and a lot more 180s, although he's a tour card holder and Mau isn't. First 9 and first 3 just give it away here, along with the fact that Alan did really well in the Grand Slam recently, and he's in better form. Oracle says 67% chance for Suter to win. I say probably more than that. I'm going Suter to win this one. Next up, Boris Krčmar versus Toru Suzuki. Krčmar qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit. Suzuki qualified through the Asian Championships. Krčmar's best World Championships run is 2011 when he made the last 72. Toru's is last 96 in 2021. They've never played each other, and Toru Suzuki does not have a tour card. Let's take a look at the stats. Overall power rankings, Boris is 200 points above, which is crazy high. Let's see, 92 average versus 79, and first 3 he's got 22 points. First 9 he's got 13 points on him. 90% chance to win for Boris. I'm inclined to agree with that. Next up, we have Adrian Lewis versus Daniel Larsson. Lewis won this tournament in 2011 and 2012. Was world champion for 2 years in a row. Larsson's best is last 64 in 2019. They've never played each other before. Lewis qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit, and Larsson through the PDC Nordic and Baltic qualifiers. Let's take a look at the stats. Power rankings are fairly close, although Lewis is slightly higher on TV. Averages, Lewis has about 6 points higher, 110 more 180s, slightly higher checkout percentage. First 3 and first 9 are both 6 to 8 points higher. Gotta go Lewis on this one just for his consistency and his decent form this year. Chance to win from Darts Oracles, 54%. I'd have to say it's probably slightly higher, like 65 to 70%. Match number 4 is Kim Huybrechts versus the winner of the first match, which is Alan Suter versus Mau Cumming. I put up the stats for Suter because that's who I chose to win. Huybrechts qualified from being in the top 32 in the world. His best is a quarterfinal in 2018, and they've played once before, and Kim won that match. Let's take a look at the stats. Power rankings, Alan is taking it here with 70 points higher in the TV power rankings. Averages, he's 1 point lower than Kim. He has slightly more 180s and a higher first 3 averages. This is pretty much dead nuts even. It's going to be a great match. The only reason I'm picking Alan Suter here is he has a higher TV power ranking and his recent form in the Grand Slam. He did really well in that. I think he's pumped up to play. I think he takes it down. Although I got to give credit to Kim Huybrechts for playing Gerwyn Price last year in that amazing match. That was one of my favorites to watch from last year. So I'm hoping to see a few more like that, and I think this might be one like that. Alright, now into the evening session. First match in that is Robbie-Jan Rodriguez versus Lawrence Ilagan. Robbie-Jan qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit. Lawrence through the Asian Championships, along with Toru Suzuki. Robbie has made the second round of this tournament 5 times in the last 7 years, and he's never made it past the second round. Lawrence made the last 64 in 2013, which was 9 years ago. They've never played each other, and Lawrence does not have a tour card. Let's take a look at the stats. Robbie is over 100 points higher on regular and TV power rankings, 7 points higher in the averages, slightly higher checkout percentage, and first 9 and first 3 are both almost 10 points higher. So it's a pretty easy win here, which is why you see 74% chance from Darts Oracle for Robbie to win this one, and I have to agree with that. Next up, we have William O'Connor versus Beau Greaves. Willy qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit, and Beau Greaves qualified by being the second-ranked women's player. If you take a look at the chance to win from Darts Oracle, it says Beau has a 56% chance to win, even though she has an 8-point lower average overall and 100 180s less than Willy, and 3 points lower on the checkout percentage. The only thing I could see here that would skew this data would be the fact that she's won 69% of her legs versus 51 for Willy. But I think the piece of data that we don't have here is Beau's average opponent's average, which is going to be much lower than Willy's. So I think this data is a little bit skewed, and I think along with there being a lot of pressure on being on the Ali Pali stage, this is her first time there, it's her debut, and I think she has maybe a 10 to 25% chance to win. I'm going to go Willy here, although she's an amazing player and she's been dominating everyone in the women's league. I think Willy just takes this one. He's got the experience. I think he's one of those guys that doesn't want to be put into the history books by letting another woman win in the World Championships. And that's all I have to say about that. Next up we have Keegan Brown versus Florian Hempel. Brown qualified through the Pro Tour Order of Merit. Hempel through the German Super League. They've played once and they've both won a match, and they're tied 1-1. Keegan's best run in the World Championships is the last 16 in 2018, and Hempel's is the last 32 last year, 2022. Now let's take a look at the stats. Hempel is a slight favorite in regular and TV power rankings and has slightly better stats in all categories. For this reason alone, I'm going to have to go with Hempel. I think this is going to be probably the biggest coin flip so far out of the 6 matches we've gone over, 7 matches. I think this is a coin flip, really, who shows up on this day. You look at their averages, first 9, first 3, they're dead nuts. Maybe off by 1 point. I think Florian has the more 180s in the past year. That might factor in a little higher scoring. But yeah, I'm going to go Hempel, but this is pretty much a coin toss here. This is probably the last one you want to throw into a parlay. The last match of the day is going to be Michael Smith versus the winner between Jermaine Wanamaina and Nathan Rafferty. And if you saw my last video, I already chose Jermaine to win this, which is why I have him in the stats compared to Michael Smith. Smith qualified for the tournament through being in the top 32 in the world. He's ranked 4th. He reached the final of this tournament in 2019 and last year, came in second both times. So he's going to be looking for a run. Jermaine reached the last 32 3 times in the past 4 years, and that's the best that he's done. They've played each other 16 times. Smith has taken 11 of them, and Smith is 2-0 when they played each other in majors. Let's take a look at the stats. If you compare Jermaine to anyone else that we've seen so far in this lineup today, the stats would look really good, but he's up against Michael Smith, who's got a TV power ranking over 1900, which you rarely see. That's top 3 power. That's top 3 power right there. So right there alone, you know he's going to be outscoring him. Also with the averages, 5 point higher, 542 more 180s this year, and they're both in the Pro Tour. It's insane. Although Smith played in the Masters, Premier League, and every single tournament, but still 722. I'm pretty sure this is the only time someone has 722 180s in one season. I looked it up, and I think MVG was close one year, high sixes, but this is absurd. We haven't even gotten to the World Championships yet. You look at checkout percentage, Mike's over 40, that's class. First 9 and first 3 are just absurd. And then you look at Jermaine's, that's still absurd, both 100. This is going to be a great match, but I think Jermaine's just going to hit a wall here. He's not going to get past Smith unless for some reason Smith's way off his game, which I don't think he will be. I think he's hunting for his second major this year. Alright guys, thanks for listening. I'll catch you for day 3.